More than 800 years ago, the king of Norway wrote about a sea monster that swallowed entire ships. For centuries, we believed monsters were pure fantasy, but behind every terrifying legend hides a truth even stranger. Ancient sailors called it the Kraken, a giant beast that dragged ships into the depths and swallowed men whole. Then in 2004, Japanese cameras filmed the giant squid alive in the deep for the very first time. 13 meters long, with eyes the size of basketballs. The monster of legend had been swimming beneath us all along. And every civilization on Earth drew dragons, even cultures that never met each other. The explanation is stunning. Our ancestors found giant bones emerging from the rock, the fossils of extinct dinosaurs. Dragons were never pure fantasy. They were humanity's first attempt to explain the bones of monsters that came before us. In Greece, legend spoke of the Cyclops, terrifying giants with a single eye in the middle of the forehead. Then scientists found the answer: skulls of extinct dwarf elephants with a central cavity that looks like one giant eye. 2,500 years ago, a Greek who had never seen an elephant saw only a giant one-eyed skull. Far from the oceans, high in the Himalayas, Sherpas have long spoken of a giant that walks the snow. In 1951, climber Eric Shipton photographed a massive footprint that shocked the entire world. Science points to bears, yet climbers keep reporting shapes in the blizzards that no bear could explain. In Scotland, one dark lake created the most famous monster of all time, Nessie of Loch Ness. Since 1933, thousands of witnesses have reported a long neck rising from the black water. In 2018, scientists tested the lake's DNA and found a surprising amount of giant eels. In 1966, an American town was terrorized by a winged creature with glowing red eyes. Over 100 witnesses described the same being, and they called it the Mothman. 13 months later, the Silver Bridge collapsed, and the sightings stopped forever. Coincidence or a warning? Then there is the oldest fear of all, the werewolf, a man who becomes a beast under the full moon. Historians blame rabies and rare conditions that cover the body and hair, terrifying medieval villages. But fear of the wolf is older than history itself, written deep into our very instincts. Native American legends describe the Thunderbird, a bird so massive its wings sounded like thunder. And in New Zealand, a real eagle once existed with claws the size of tiger paws. Vampire panic swept old Europe as villagers dug up graves and found bodies that seemed too fresh. Science now knows decomposition can mimic life, but back then, only one explanation made sense. And back in the deep, ancient texts describe the Leviathan, a sea beast beyond imagination. Sperm whales dive into the darkness to battle giant squid, returning covered in massive scar. First by Breathe Smet. Real titans fight in the deep every single night, exactly as the old legends described. But the biggest real monster our planet has ever known was the Megalodon, a shark 18 meters long. Its jaws could swallow a car, and its bite was 3 times stronger than a Tyrannosaurus rex. It went extinct 3 million years ago, officially. But 80% of our oceans have never been explored. And in 1997, listening stations picked up a mysterious sound, louder than any known animal. They called it the Bloop. Did the monsters vanish, or are we not looking deep enough? Behind every legend lies a buried truth. Comment which monster we should investigate next, and subscribe to the channel.